for those that wish to listen.
Yeah.
Let me know if anything's playing that shouldn't
I can totally get an open mouth version of that.
be.
It's a pig crew.
If you want it, yeah. If you can give me an open mouth, that's perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. I was gonna say, like, if you guys want me to like put your characters as PNG tubers, just get them to me, so that I can do it next week. But I'm not gonna. It's not required at all. I'm just setting it up this way so people know you're talking when you're talking. All right, we're gonna play this one. Oh, that's loud. There we go. Right? I really like that when I put your guys' profile pictures on here first, it they're just very big. So I just see like Rain taking up my entire screen for a second while I'm getting everything set up. Alright, and then we'll do Hiram.
The right nose.
Oh,
sorry. I am pig crewing away.
Yeah. You are okay. If you can't get it to me today, I have the one that at least tells me that you are talking, which is all that I need. I'm missing one. No, I'm not. I'm an absolute fool. There we go. Alrighty. I am just about set up. I apologize for that. Alrighty. There we go. So, while all of you are loading in, it's been 2 weeks, so I understand if not, but does anyone want to give me a recap of last session? Anyone that does will get a inspiration for the session.
I would love to just...
Go for it.
So, we were called upon to find out why Aloris had stopped answering everything. We were traveling through somewhere. We were traveling through Ibris before getting cornered. Almost. Dying, I believe, before the Collector picked us up. So we awoke in a room We all slowly woke up, got out of our bindings, and searched for the room. Most, if not everything, of our adventuring gear gone. And we looked around the room, or the chamber room, for various bits of gear, and found quite a bit before following the wind and going back out to Ibris, I believe. And then we were attacked, and we fought them off. And that's where we pick up after the fight.
Indeed. You guys have just finished a very brief encounter in which all of you came out on top. No one has died yet, which is pretty good.
Yet.
Yet. Emphasis on yet. And so, I believe we will pick up right where we left off. Bring you all to Ibris Path 2. Everybody should still be there. There might be some weird blood spatters, but don't worry about that.
Hey guys, sorry I'm back.
Hey, back.
I actually broke a glass.
Oh. Are you alright?
I got a little cut, but it's okay.
Okay, as long as you're okay.
Oh, wait.
What's up?
I'll wait.
I was just gonna lay on hands, Radiant. That's all.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. I
Absolutely.
think I have 35?
Yes. Any healing that you
I'll-
guys want to do, anything like that, you could just do it.
I'll do like 20.
Gotcha.
What I missed?
Do it individually because it's only 5.
You just missed the recap, Hyro. The long and short of it now, after fighting, you all are here. You are alive, and you now have the opportunity to recover and speak amongst yourselves before most likely pressing onwards.
Okay.
Do we take a short or long rest? Or that has not been decided?
That hasn't been decided yet. That's up to you all. Hey, Coffee. This is, what's it called? This is Rising Winds. They had just started 2 weeks ago. We had a week off. And this is their second session. You guys used a lot of resources last time.
Yeah.
We still have 4.
Hey guys, how are y'all feeling right
A little tired.
now? Tired?
I mean, we just walked several hours through Ibris and then
Just
got
to get-
attacked, so I would very much like to go to bed.
I think quite a long rest might be useful.
Yeah, we could always take turns guarding.
I could set up a ritual around us for extra safety.
Oh, I can also set a thing up for us as well.
Can I set up 2 alarm spells in the general
Oh.
area?
Never mind.
Oh, what's up?
Oh, yeah, I have a alarm too. That was all.
Oh, we can do it. We can both do one because it only covers 20 feet.
Yeah. What is a 20-foot cube, right? So it would be. How do you measure a cube?
It's by the length of the sides.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we also have tools.
Okay. Well, I didn't know where that was. That was all.
You're okay.
Okay. So,
I need to get rid of this.
yeah. I'll use my last spell slot to set up one.
Alrighty.
Plus my sword will also.
Gotcha.
You want? So we're gonna set up 2 alarm spells. You know, at least try and cover this in general area.
You could very easily cover up at least the entrances and exits Like literally just putting one like here and then putting one here covers two of the stairways.
Yeah.
And then Violet will say, I believe my sword alerts us.
That is true.
Anyone's around.
As long as we're close to each other, it should wake us all up.
Yes, I don't actually know the range of it.
It should be on there. I believe it's 30 feet. I could be wrong though.
If we're planning to take a long rest, does everyone else still have those trackers on them?
I think I still have mine.
I have mine.
Same.
I don't remember.
Well, I have quite a few spell slots left, so I could take the time to make sure that all of those trackers are off of us.
And I also have Dispel Magic as well.
Okay.
I think that would be a wise choice.
Alright. I will spend...
Alright.
What?
So, these trackers are somewhat powerful magic, so you will have to roll to try and get rid of them.
Okay. I have...
For Araya, it would be Aria. It would be a wisdom check, and for Elowin, it would be intelligence checks. You have to beat a 15.
Okay.
Yeah, 15.
I have exactly enough spell slots to do the other 3.
Gotcha.
I believe
2/3 and a 4th.
Oh wait, I'm trying to remember. I think Amon's was taken off, if I remember correctly. I think it's just... Ooh, I don't remember.
I know one of them was. I know that only one of them was taken away.
I know mine, I took mine off.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think everyone except for Aria.
I think what happened was we were going to take them off and then were attacked. I think that's...
What kind of check would this be?
On the main tab of your character sheet, for Arya, it would be a wisdom check.
Okay.
It's the thing 19 plus 4, just drag that in the side chat.
Yep. Okay.
And mine's intelligence, right?
Yes.
For this one, I'll say this one is for Hamon.
Righty. That is a success. You reach over, finding the rune embedded into his wrist, and are able to pull and prick at the little strands of magic until, almost like the thread of a sweater, you're able to pull it out and it will fade away.
Okay. This one will be for Ridian.
Same as before.
Hey.
Damn.
You're very
And
lucky.
now-
I like this.
For Violet.
That one.
That
Shit.
is another success. You had to do a level 4 spell for that.
Yep.
For me. Oh
That-
god.
Oh, no.
The first one, let me see. Oh, you have so many spell slots. The first one doesn't quite do it. You're picking and prodding at it. It seems a bit deeper than expected.
I also don't think I did not know you could do the little check mark thingies. I could probably am way off on.
If I remember correctly, Cloud of Daggers. Did you Thunderstep?
I did Thunderstep.
Okay, well, that's one more. Thunderstep.
Which is...
And I think that's it. I think those are the only spell slots you used. So,
Okay.
yeah.
And then-
I'll cast guidance on Elowin too.
Oh, perfect. So, go ahead and on this next one, add a 4. If you want to cast it again, which I imagine you do.
Yeah. Oh god.
That is a 12. Oh, Boise.
I'm
Um,
having a wonderful time today, everybody.
You will get
Can you do it again?
one more shot. Yeah.
I'll cast guidance.
Mm-hmm.
Does guidance stack? Are you able to do it multiple times?
Oh, is it still up?
Oh, sure, no. It's a cantrip, so I just assumed you would cast it again.
Mhm.
Either way,
Okay.
they're getting guidance. So add a 3 to this next one.
Come
You got this.
Come on.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Finally!
25. Arya will bounce around between most of the party, dispelling this brand and making sure that you can't be tracked. Or at least getting rid of the one thing you know that is currently tracking you. And Elwyn, you are getting used to this book and your surroundings. You're having trouble, but with the help of Rudian and Araya, you are able to pull through and take the brand off of yourself. So now, the spellcasters are drained of spell slots, however, you are no longer branded by the Collector. There is a rough scar on your wrist of where it was, but you're fine.
Alright.
Wow, you're healing everybody up.
So, question.
Mm-hmm.
So, I have the trance feature, right, as an elf?
Yeah.
Does that mean, like, if I only need 4 hours for it to be considered a long rest?
Mm-hmm.
How long's a short rest, then?
An hour.
1 hour.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Before we all, try to rest and stuff, I want to cast my last Divine Sense to make sure there's nothing immediately around us in 60 feet.
You will cast about a bit, making sure Ibris is terrifying, full of fiends and devils and undead. However, you do not see any near you right now.
Can I quickly describe how it looks when she casts Divine
Absolutely.
Sense? So as she's sitting there after doing a lay on hands to Ridian, she just kind of sits there and listens to the directions of the winds.
Oh, I love that. You will see, you will see your everybody's hair kind of billow slightly, barely noticeable, but you will pick up on it, watching it flow back and forth. You will see it moving around. You feel the way the wind moves around the stairs and the webs and the pillars and everything around you, and you don't sense anything else nearby.
Nothing nearby as of right now. Let's try to get some rest before we head wherever we need to head.
Alright. Are you all going to take a long rest?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Do you hear it?
In that case, assuming that somebody is who would like to take the first watch, there will be 4 watches, one for every 2 hours, where somebody
Ridian will take
stay
the
up.
first.
Got you. Ridian, go ahead and make a perception check for me. 19. You're watching around, making sure nothing gets too close or nothing is there to begin with. You do feel like you see some things in the darkness beyond your vision. Something shimmering and shining, moving out and about. You watch them over here begin to move up these stairs. You see them stop for a second, and you see the shimmer of eyes looking over here, and you see them walk up these stairs. They don't seem to be entirely interested in you right now.
Okay. So if they're not interested, are they I guess, should I do an insight check or something? See if
Insight.
maybe they love rolling insight. I love rolling insight, you guys.
23. It's very hard to tell what they are because they are so deep in the darkness, and you think that their skin is also just black. But whatever they are, the way that they glance over was more out of curiosity, but something, either a risk they don't want to take, or they are just simply uninterested or have something better to do. They might go tell somebody about this, but you also don't think that's something that could affect you really while you're down here, because best case scenario, you guys are leaving like tomorrow. So you think that thing is
Ridian
fine.
will just, he'll just mention it to whoever takes watch next.
Got you. And yes, eventually your 2 hours will come up, and whoever would like to take the next watch can.
Violet will.
Alright. The information about that will be relayed, and all will be well. Violet, your watch, you are keeping a lookout, making sure nothing else approaches as well, and I think during your watch, nothing does approach, nothing amiss happens. Ibris, however, is just incredibly unsettling. And you feel like you can hear faint skittering noises in the distance, echoing.
Is it multiple skittering noises?
Oh yeah, a lot. It's a lot.
Oh, okay.
But they seem distant enough to not be a current issue.
I'm not casting Divine Sense yet, but I
Yeah.
will just
Your
listen
perception.
to the wind around us. That's
Yeah.
okay. You want me to still roll perception?
No, you're fine. We'll just listen. Make sure throughout the night nothing does seem to come up. You seem safe for now. And who would like to take the third watch?
I will.
Yes. I won't long rest you until we need it, but you are technically fully long rested at this point. Haman?
Yeah.
So if it comes up, just keep that in mind. You take glances around as well, do what the others are doing, roll a thing to see if anything does happen during yours. 98! Damn!
I'm invisible to most creatures here, right?
You're invisible to things that can see only using dark vision, so anything that emits light you are not invisible to. However, anything and most things in the Ibris do that uses dark vision to see you while you are in darkness, you are unseen.
So if someone's looking over at it, they don't even notice me, do they? Assumingly, or am I by a light? Because I can't.
You're by a light right here. But if you literally just like back up a little bit, you'd be fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna back up a little bit. So.
Go for it. One moment. Something will happen though. You are keeping watch, you're aware of the skittering noises. I imagine Violet would have relayed some of that information from before. And you will see something approach, and you are kind of immediately on edge because everything here wants to kill you. However, I can't find a token for them. This is upsetting. That's okay. We're going to use Theater of the Mind a bit.
Do you want to seduce me? No, I'm kidding.
No, you're okay. You will see something shining in the darkness, and with your dark vision, as it approaches down, as it approaches down these stairs, I believe you're the one that set this alarm. Did you make it a mental alarm, or like a ring-a-ding noise?
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't even know I had an option.
Yeah.
I think Javier would have done it. I think Haman would have done it alarm
Mental? Gotcha.
for his. That is.
You will watch this sort of shimmering black spider begin to crawl down these steps and ping your mental alarm. And they are walking very slowly and very calmly, and they don't necessarily seem stanced or anything. And you can also see they have a pack on their backside. However, they don't seem to have noticed you because you are invisible.
Like a backpack
Yeah, like a backpack.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, a little lad.
They will kind of look out to see most of you sleeping. And they will. They kind of like look around a bit. They walk.
Can
over.
I ask a quick question?
Yeah, sure.
Where are they right now?
They are currently right there where that pointer is. I'm just gonna keep pointing at them.
The sword would go off.
So the sword.
Or is it only if something that tries to attack?
Yes.
Okay, my bad.
Let me warns you of danger. Yeah.
Okay, my bad. My bad.
What if can I go behind it real quick, like this way?
Yeah, you can follow it. You'll watch it move down here. Now it can see these two. It sees everyone's asleep. Can you roll an insight check for me?
Yeah. So, main. That's intelligence. Where's insight?
It's in
Here it
your
is.
skills tab. Yeah, there it is. A 15. That's just enough. It's really hard. This is a non-human thing. It's made of this inky black shimmering stuff. It's looking around, and you could tell it is disappointed that people are asleep.
They are like disappointed that they're asleep. What?
Yeah, they're disappointed that people are asleep. And they will begin to walk away.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
All right.
They don't seem
Well,
to
back up.
do anything. And then,
Mind your damn business. I can respect that.
yeah. And then eventually, your 2 hours will come up. You can actually stay up if you want it, because your long rest is already done. But if not, someone else can take a watch.
Nah, I'm gonna keep. I'm gonna keep up. Stay awake.
Got you. In that case, you will wait out 4 hours. Everyone will slowly wake up once you reach the end of your 8-hour period. I'm going to very quickly rest you all.
Yeah.
Bam. Oh, your torches went out. That's right.
Oh, the torch went out because of the long rest.
Yeah. Only Ridian. Only Ridian needs one. So I imagine, Ridian, when you wake up, you will give yourself a torch.
When you wake up, you will be blind.
Can a safe torch be relit, or is there like a limit for it, or is it only one-time use?
I'm gonna. Be
I
honest-
imagine it's finite. I'm sure it burns out.
I'm sure it burnt out. You currently, because of the backpack you found, have 9 torches.
Oh,
yeah,
huge.
I got rid of one, so I just lit another. Also, I'm sure the rest of us all also have torches, and I'm the only one who needs them.
Yeah,
So,
I have.
I'm not
I
worried
also
about
have
running out of
10
torches. Yeah, I am not concerned about torch resource, but
I have- I have 10 torches.
Yeah, you guys
they,
will be
they
fine.
come free with your backpack.
Honestly,
Hey,
even if you...
Dust, what's this red pool right here? Is that blood?
Yeah, that's blood.
I want to slurp it. No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
Everyone has
Um,
Uno, dipshit. It comes free with your fucking Xbox.
With your Xbox. But all of you will kind of wake up on your own. You will have a moment to speak amongst yourselves if you would like, and then you will decide where you're going to go next. But I will open up to you all to do what you would like.
Where was the wind pointing again? It was pointing up the top stairs.
Yeah, let's go this way.
All right, guys, you ready to keep on moving?
Before they go, Arya's gonna take a moment to do a little bit of meditation, but also do a quick detect magic of the area again.
Oh, okay.
With ritual spell.
I look at ritual spell. I squint. Yeah, you do a quick detect magic of the area. I think with the detect magic, you do pick up on some of the corpses that are here, which have a touch of necromancy on them, though it doesn't seem to be anything crazy. There's some divine magic happening here. Can't tell to what. And you can also see the wind flowing this way and going up and out here.
Well, it appears we're safe for the moment, at least from what I can tell.
Just a tad of necromancy. A little dabble. Carry on.
Listen, we can have a little necromancy as a treat.
Okay. Before Violet starts walking with them, she's going to send a prayer to Aloris,
Alright.
like she does every morning.
Go ahead and... It sucks that it's your worst stat. I was gonna say make a religion check.
Yeah, I don't... That's weird, I don't... Okay.
Religion's your worst stat?
Yeah.
Religion is for some reason and based off... Okay, now roll it. I changed it to wisdom because I think that's stupid.
Did you want to add proficiency or no?
No, proficiency is something you would need to...
Okay, I was just wondering.
Yeah, I was saying, proficiency is something you would have need to have gotten from leveling up.
You said religion, right?
Yeah, religion. I changed it to wisdom because it not being wisdom is crazy. Yep. You'll give a small prayer, and I suppose this is an interesting question. I don't necessarily think this would be discouraging news to Violet. There is no immediate response.
She didn't expect one,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Yes.
Um,
And so you press on as normal.
At the end, she says, "May the winds carry us," or something like that.
I will,
I'll
however...
come up with the prayer eventually.
I'll go, however, and add another concordance for even attempting.
Go.
You will begin to climb up the stairs, and you guys will enter Ibris proper again, moving through these mazes, out and about. We're going to try and do a very quick skill check. I can't remember if we did this last time. Essentially, each of you are going to choose a skill. You can never repeat a skill. And you're going to want to beat I'm going to say 15. 15's a fun number. One at a time.
Skill?
Any skill. Well, let me clarify. You're trying to traverse, what's it called? Ibris, which has many dangers to it. And we could do a 4-session thing where we go from platform to platform in Ibris with each of you guys taking long rests and fighting and yada yada yada. But I feel like that would get pretty repetitive. So the shortened version of this is that each of you can sort of argue to me what skill you think would be best to help you in traversing, to help you get all the way through and out of Ibris whilst following the wind. A very easy example for Haman, since you are a ranger, is like survival. You are able to understand like how animals work and predatory behaviors and whatnot, and so you can easily avoid them or be intimidating and stuff like that.
No, I'm doing stealth and banning the team.
You can also do stealth. But yeah, basically we're just gonna go one by one. You need 3 successes in total from the 5 of you, to see how well you guys can leave.
Alright, which ones do you guys want to do? So I don't want, so we can like strategize.
Mine might be a little bit of a stretch, but if I can make an argument for insight, I want to use that because I have plus 11.
Gotcha.
I was gonna use perception, and then ask us nicely if divine sense would give me advantage.
I think that is so okay. The only issue with divine sense is that you guys roll skill checks over the course of like several hours.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Never mind then.
Yeah.
Never mind. No worries.
Brain, more over you guys. What do you guys want to do?
I'm thinking about using history just to be like, how much do I know of this place and what of that knowledge could I use to our advantage?
I was thinking that, or as investigation as well, to like look around and all that. So
I really like that.
between me, it's history with the same argument and investigation.
And
Yeah,
I would use insight to try to sort of rationally look at all the kind of winding pathways and kind of determine, based on what Rydian knows about like human nature, like what would most likely lead to an exit.
So for Rydian, okay, so roll insight. I'm gonna twist that a little bit. It's very hard to gain insight on. Ooh, just barely. To gain insight on non sentient things. It's possible, but you would have had to roll like a 25 with that argument for it to make sense. So twisting it a little bit, there are many creatures of Ibris, and many of them want to kill you, but not all of them want to kill you. And so in your travels, there will be a few small things that you can come across, and you're able to put together, based off of their demeanor, which ones you guys should avoid, and which ones are fine, because they mean no harm to you. And are able to move in between those without getting into any encounters along the way.
Okay.
I really like the history thing, by the way. I want. I think if you would like to go next with the history, Arya, absolutely.
Okay. Where's my history?
Real quick while that's getting rolled.
Yeah.
I do have proficiency in religion.
Oh, you do? Well, look at that.
Yeah.
We'll fix that. Last one was a 9. I wouldn't have changed much, but still. With a 7, this... Ibris has always been incredibly difficult to comprehend. You've definitely read about it before. You understand what it is. It's a warren in between the planes of existence, and is commonly used to transport people from one place to another incredibly quickly. Journeys that would take months can take days with the use of Ibris. However, I will say this with a 7, because I think it's kind of funny. You are able to recall that there is actually a device that can be used to traverse Ibris much easier. It is a compass with elven symbols on it. However, you have no idea where to get one, and you certainly don't have one on you. So you find yourself relatively lost in that fact.
Would acrobatics make any sense here, Dust?
Probably not.
Probably not. Oh, plus 10, I wanted to try it out, but it's okay.
I think that's fair. That's perfectly fair.
I can use investigation with kind of looking around and
Go for
see
it.
if anything sticks out.
Go for it. I think that is perfect. Nice. 18. That's a success. You will, I imagine in this case, be working alongside Rydian for most of this, keeping an eye out for the little creepy crawlies of the night, watching to make sure you guys are following on the right track, dodging any dead ends that you might come across. And with an 18, I'll even give you the additional thing of, you can tell that like all of these stairs are going up and down, and some are sideways or upside down, and it's crazy looking. But the path that you're taking seems to be consistently traveling upwards. And yeah.
Would athletics
What was that?
Would athletics make any sense?
I think there's a way to argue athletics, yeah.
What is athletics exactly? Is it like...
Athletics is incredibly broad, in my opinion, because it is the only skill that uses strength. So, like, if you're trying to outrun someone, outswim someone, just do something generally athletic, that would be something that you would do. But, like, if you're trying to, I don't know, say, like, push a rock, normally I would do, like, a strength check. But I think athletics can make sense. So if you can find a way to use athletics, you can. And honestly, you mentioned acrobatics. Same for acrobatics. There are a couple ways I could see acrobatics working, but my worry is that that's only for you and wouldn't necessarily help everybody else.
No, I get you.
You do have stealth and survival as well.
I do. I think I'm a roll survival.
Go for it. Roll survival. That's a 19. You will, similar to Rydian, glance around at many of the creatures of the night, make sure to avoid the ones that seem generally dangerous. And you also, though there is very little nature here, this is essentially a barren landscape. And you have the ideas and knowledge on how to survive in such situations. You're able to portion food to make sure everyone, with what little you have, don't stay hungry. You keep on the right track. You keep everybody alive. While that is
The party gets
continue.
the party gets half a Snicker bar, and I get the other half.
Yeah. While that is 3 successes, Violet, would you like to roll perception?
I actually would like to make an argument for religion if I can.
Go ahead, make your argument.
So, being that Ibris is a fiendish place, right? And being, a paladin who can like abjure. Hold on, I'm trying to think of how to argue this. Because I don't want to keep doing the wind thing. Because we're following the wind already.
Yeah.
I'm not the religion on. I guess never mind. I guess I'll do perception because I can't think of an argument for religion.
Yeah.
If that's okay.
All good. A 10. It's not necessarily a success, but you are keeping a watch out. You are helping everyone else succeed in what they need to do. You feel safe and secure. You all are moving very cautiously, very prepared, very ready. And so, with that 10 perception, I'm actually going to move you to the next map. Put you guys here. I'll have to drag you guys on one moment. You all are walking along the path, and you feel the winds picking up a little bit. You could feel it brushing against the hairs on your body. It seems far more present than it was before. And with a 10, you do feel you can look ahead. All the way over here, even though you can't quite see it with your dark vision, you think the exit to Ibris is nearby.
All I see is black.
He's pulling us over now.
Oh, I see. Okay, I understand.
Oh, do you guys still only see black?
Yeah.
I see the map.
Oh, I don't see it.
Sometimes it just takes a minute.
I'm replacing you guys down. Did that work? Or you know what? I forget. Go ahead and just click the map again, close it, and open it again with that new link. Sometimes that does it.
Chat has a joke over for me.
Is it still black
It's
for you guys?
Yeah,
Okay, I see it now.
You see it, okay.
I don't.
Why are you dark? Quit that. Be brighter.
I'm trying. My intelligence is 10.
Did you close the map and reopen it?
I did.
Try
I know it spawned
one-
it like when it opened for me. I was off to the side. You might have to drag over to the left. Maybe that's what I had to do.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah, way to bottom.
that's so funny. Yeah, no, you guys are just on a corner of the map. Should really enable my preview.
That's
so I
my
know what
bad,
you guys
too.
are saying.
My fault.
No, you're okay. Oh man, this is gonna be treacherous for Rydian. Having dark vision is so good here.
We push Meridian into the ledge.
But
No, I'm kidding.
you, Violet, you are able to see or feel northward. The exit is nearby.
The Violet will relay that information. Going ahead, like going at the front. The exit's north. Still be cautious. So head that way.
I'll drag Meridian along for now.
Oh, come on. There we go.
Alrighty.
Cool.
See a rickety wooden bridge ahead of you.
I also see the other bridge.
Yeah, there's the second one over there to the right. Go ahead and all of you make me, now that you've gotten a little bit closer, a perception check. Damn.
That was also almost a natural 20.
It
I
was.
am back.
Hi, back. Here's the map.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh,
Oh.
14.
Okay, we're rolling perception.
Yep.
I'm good at that. Not today, though.
Not today.
Me neither.
It's very poor.
You're better at it than me.
Well, I have good news for most
I
of
can-
you. Whatever this is doesn't have incredibly good stealth. So let me roll their stealth really fast. They got a 5. So I think the only one that does not hear it is Elowin. You all are pushing a little bit closer over here, and you hear this like arcane hissing sound over here, and then a like ka-chunk of metal and stone.
What?
Mhm.
Is it a golem of
You,
sorts?
you don't know, but you can hear it.
Do we want to go see?
I must stay on the edge here so I can see anything at all.
Roll investigation.
And oh. Okay,
Damn.
we
18.
take those.
You can see up ahead there is a bit of light shining through what you think is the gate, most likely the exit to leave. And from that, there is a slight silhouette of 2 figures. One of them is almost like floating off of the ground a little bit. They seem very frail, very thin, wearing a wispy cloak. And the other one is a towering figure, standing at probably about 7, maybe 8 feet tall. And has a very wide figure as well. And
Man.
then as you listen in, you hear another ka-chunk, and you see that figure move a little bit.
I was gonna stand back a bit. All right. Let's see. I think I think the exit's over that way, but I think it's also being guarded.
Did you see something?
Silhouettes. Big, tall figure, heavy from the sounds it's making. But another one seems very small and fragile, but is also floating. So, my assumption's one's a lot more physical, but the other one's much more magical. At least that's my assumption.
Wouldn't be a bad assumption to make.
Well, if you think that's the way out, we should definitely at least check it out.
I want to try the other exit over there, or the other pathway there, see where it goes. Because we can try to sneak away around
There's
them.
like a big
that'd be-
old drop down to this pathway.
Oh, you don't see that, do you? The stairs, I think.
There's
Yeah, no,
another one.
Meridian can't see the stairs yet.
Violet
Yeah,
gets.
the map ends like here for me, like even with the light.
It's so
Yeah.
dark. There's some stairs over there.
Let's
Um,
trust
Yeah, like,
trust
if I step here, I can't see anything.
Jeez.
Like literally, my light it's just black.
It's okay. There's a staircase over there. I want to see there's a way around them, or a way to surprise attack. So I at least want to take care of the smaller one before we take care of the big one.
Got...
I sure hope I'm on something.
I was gonna offer
Let
to
me-
hold your hand. I can lead you.
I wonder why your vision is so
Take 'em.
dark. I'm gonna try and fix that.
Like literally nothing.
Like
It's
pitch
just
black.
void.
Um,
Void.
Let me fix that. What is Violet trying to do while I try and fix this?
She's going to cast Misty Step and appear on the other side.
Got you. Is that better? Can you see?
No, it's like the map ends. Like I see a very thin sliver of map. Oh, now I can't see anything.
Yeah,
Oh.
I got rid of that. That was me. I just did that. Give you some torch. Close the map and reopen it. I'll give you a new link.
I mean, I think we see more because we have dark vision, right?
You do, but what they are saying is that there is a line right here, and when they pass it, it is pitch black.
Oh,
Yeah, like if I drag my thing around, like I only get this much.
I don't know why that is. Did you close and reopen it?
I did.
That's
is it fixed?
bizarre.
Just drag me along and I'll look at the map on stream.
That's fair. Yeah, you will Misty Step over here. You'll see a staircase up ahead, and as you guys go this way, you're getting a little bit closer. You can more clearly hear the sounds of the ka-chunking metal and the hissing of arcane magic.
So this, I think Havril sees them from here, right?
Yes, you guys can see it from here. And when you approach, you let's see. Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
they specifically can't see Hyro, but you do see the slender figure does look at Violet. As well
Violet-
as the Guardian looks over here.
Violet kind of.
Alright. They see us.
Well.
Well, I'm holding a torch. I don't think that
Oh.
we're not exactly stealthy.
Yeah.
That is true.
Meaning they can see him, right?
They actually can see you then, Amon. Yeah.
Oh crap! Get away from me!
Foiled.
Run away.
Violet.
I'm only gonna dash back.
You
Sorry.
just dashed in the darkness. What was Violet gonna do?
Just like whatever an Aloris Paladin salute would be
Okay.
at the Guardian. To
You
just basically say hi, but in like a military way, or in like a Guardian way.
okay? Make interesting. I think this is another religion check. You see, they will notice you, and they will look at you, and they don't seem to respond, but you can tell, like, they kind of change their posture a bit and react, as in they know what that means.
Like, do I know if that's a bad react? would that
No,
be
it seems more like an acknowledgement.
Of what I am?
Yes, and a recognition.
Okay.
Ridian cannot see what's happening, so he just keeps leaning over to whoever's near him and going, "Hey, you guys see what's going on?"
Well, that would be me being the closest one. There's... I explained to Ridian that there's two figures across the way, and Violet made a gesture towards them.
Oh, okay. I'm really good at talking, so if you get like, I can Probably smooth talk.
And as you all begin to approach or stand still, you'll see both of them begin to move towards you. You hear the ka-chunking of the metal against the stone, and you will, as they get to here, you will see the Shield Guardian step in front and just stand here and stare down at you, Violet, as the spirit will
I
move
stare
a bit,
back.
look at you all.
I think they're within the light of the torch now, so Ridian will kind of take in both the figures. We'll give like a very small, polite bow. And just say, greetings.
The Shield Guardian does not move at all, or does not do anything, but the spirit will look at you. They will nod. And they will say,
Do I get the sense that the the guardian thing is like a construct? Like a common-
yeah, I don't think you need a roll for that. This is a construct. This doesn't seem like there is a person in there.
Mhm.
Spirit will look at you, and you will hear these whispered voices kind of lapsing over one another, try and convene into one solid sentence. As they say, "What are you doing here?"
We are travelers simply seeking our way to the surface.
Roll a deception check.
That
It's really good. It's really good. Let me also like.
it's also not entirely false. It's just not the whole truth.
Indeed, you are correct in that.
Yeah, my persuasion would be the same, so I don't really care.
I have a +4 to insight. There we go. Get a 13. They tilt their head quizzically, and they look over at Violet, and they say, they glance at Violet, and then they'll glance back at you since you're the one talking. And they'll say, "Your presence is a coincidence. If you wish to seek the surface, there are many ways. This is not one of them."
Where's the wind going? What do I? Where we were following?
You can feel. I believe Arya has the detect magic, right?
Yeah, I do.
You'll kind of look to Arya, and Arya, you will see it flowing forward and this way, and most likely through the aforementioned gate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I do an
Ariel-
insight check?
Look over at Amon and just like nod in that direction.
And yes, you can roll an insight check.
Yummy. Nice.
Will roll their thing, which literally won't beat that, but they're going to try.
You get a nat 25.
At 25.
I need to add a tower is about to appear, by the way. Don't worry about that. Bam.
God.
Is it just not gonna let me roll? Is that how we're feeling today? Okay, so we're doing it over there. Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Had to say something, didn't you, Hyra?
Hey, that's not a nat 25, it's nat 20.
Yeah. So with a nat 20, you still got an insight check of 27. So you do technically win at this. But I don't think you can glean how or why. First of all, they're lying, but not necessarily maliciously. It's more like them saying this is not the way to go is less of them trying to convince you, like, oh no, this is a bad idea, you should go another way, and more of like, I am not going to let you go this way.
Ooh.
Can I possibly
Is
roll
Radiant
an
gonna be a little shit or
investigation
not?
check, like asking why not?
That would be, that would probably be either persuasion or insight. To try and get them to, or are you personally, like, are you asking anything out loud, or are you looking and asking yourself mentally, why not?
That's actually a good question, probably. I mean, I could also probably argue with history as well, if I have any knowledge of this place as well.
If you want to roll history just to glean, like, how the gates work, you can do that.
Yeah, I can try. With my rolls today, I don't have much hope.
17. So you obviously, like, there's no, like, telepathic thing going on, so you don't have the truth that Rydian has, that this is a fib that he's telling. But just, like, knowing what you know about Ibris and how it functions, there are many gates that lead to many places. You kind of pick up on what Arya picked up earlier, where Ibris can be used as a transporting mechanism to bring anyone from anywhere to another place really quickly. And so there are tons and tons of gates, and they all lead to different places, and a lot of them lead to the surface, but not all of them lead to the surface. It is possible to you, at least in this moment, that he's telling the truth. But given the circumstances of how you found your way here, you do find it a little hard to believe him. And yeah.
I think Rydian, knowing that he's being lied to, will kind of cast a glance back to the others, and just say, I do understand that there are many ways in and out of Ibris, and that not all of them lead to the most satisfactory places. Is that perhaps what you meant by that?
There's a pause.
He's implying that he knows that the spirit's lying without calling him a liar.
Mm-hmm. And it will pause for a moment. Yes. What lies beyond this gate is none of your concern. And there are many others to take simple travelers to the surface. You have no business here.
I understand. Would you be able to direct our group to the nearest one that would be more suited for us?
They will shake their head. I am to guard this gate. I am not aware of other gates.
How difficult is it to make a 15-foot jump?
Incredibly.
If I were to roll, what would I need to roll?
Acrobatics. And
Well,
you would need to roll, I want to say a 25.
Oh shit! Alright.
Yeah?
Looking at the thing that's talking.
Yeah.
Do I know what it is? Like an aberration, celestial element,
Oh!
or fiend?
That's a very good point. Do you have something you'd like to use, or do you have a skill that you can apply to this? Because I know you're a watcher, so you have things to detect that.
If I think it can work, I might abjure the extra planar.
Okay. Let me.
Sort of channel divinities.
I'm sure the extra player. I need to see what that one does really quick. One moment.
You present your holy symbol, and each aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, or fiend within 30 feet of you that can hear you must make a wisdom saving throw, or on a failed save, the creature is turned for 1 minute or until it takes damage. A turned creature must spend its turns trying to move as far away from you as it can.
Okay.
It can't willingly end its turn in a space within 30 feet of you.
Go ahead and make a wisdom check. This is basically a martial check to see if you can see what this thing is.
Is that that's a normal wisdom, right? That's
Yes. Yeah.
Not a save. Okay.
That is a success, believe it or not. This thing doesn't have a very incredibly high charisma, so this is a celestial.
Yeah. Go ahead.
And I think also with that, I'll apply your perception a bit to this. The garbs that they're wearing, you can't see their face, and it seems more magical that you can't see their face. This seems to be a projection of some kind, of someone else. The garbs that they're wearing are very loose fit and old and tattered. Very similar to that of an Aloran traveler.
You said an Aloran?
Yes. As in, like, an Alora's priest?
Oh, okay. I was wondering what you meant by that.
Yeah,
Oh.
I apologize.
Violet. Sorry, Violet stares at it, like intently stares at it.
What was your question, Aaron?
Oh, so the side, is this a staircase, right? Or is there a bridge?
This right here?
Yeah.
This is a staircase.
Okay. Alright. Does Missy said make a sort of audible noise?
While the spell itself most likely would not make much noise, if it requires, if you click on it, there should be a thing that says components V, S, or M. If it says V, that stands for verbal, meaning you have to say something to do it.
It has V and S.
Yes, so it would, you have to speak when you cast it.
Oh, no, I was wrong. I looked at a different spell. It was V.
Either way, you still have to speak.
Okay.
So it will be heard if you try and cast a spell. You can attempt to cover it, but it's going to be very difficult.
I kind of want to. Oh, while they're talking to the party here, could I try to sneak way around to the other bridge?
I was just thinking.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. You are... So go ahead and just roll a stealth check for me.
If I'm invisible, do I need to?
Roll with advantage.
Okay. And wait, hold on. Advantage.
Yep. You have to beat an 11. I think it's literally impossible for you to fail.
I almost did.
Yeah, you can move around any which way you'd like. They are focused talking right now. They do not notice that you were gone.
This way. In this bridge. I didn't make any checks to go across this bridge?
You are incredibly lightweight. So no. You will
All
feel it kind of buckle a bit as you walk over it, make a few creaking noises, but you're able to keep everything in check. You don't lose your cover. The bridge doesn't fall apart.
What is this little tent here? Is this a tent?
Yeah, seems to be a tent.
Can I peek inside real quick?
Yeah.
Just a little peek.
Pull back a little bit. It seems abandoned.
No one inside?
No one inside. No belongings. Maybe some broken, tattered things somebody must have left in a hurry, but nothing crazy.
I want to use my, let's see. No, wait, because when, it was Arya, right, that did detect magic, but he only sensed these two, and, like, the wind this way.
Now that you're close enough to it, it's going, this is the gate, right here.
Yeah. But it was all that Arya initially sensed, right?
I believe
Was
so,
those... Okay, so I shouldn't have to worry about invisible people.
No, you don't. There was no detection of any invisible folks.
We'll just keep sneaking this way toward. Guys, what does the gate look like? And I'm a bit closer to it.
Dark vision sees everything in shades of gray, so it's hard to really pin down the illustriousness of the gate. But it appears to just be like a bronze gate, carved up and out. You see a staircase leading up, and as you look up, you see some dim lights shining through.
I'm gonna stay away from that.
Mhm.
I think Rydian will, having been kind of denied and told that they're guarding this gate and that it's not meant for us, I think he'll say, I can understand that there's a reason that you're guarding this gate, but this is the only way out that we know of. And if it does lead to the surface, we would appreciate being allowed through. I know that I said that we are just here traveling through, but we truly need a way out.
I will look at you. And I will say, is your decision then that you will not leave?
I would prefer not to have to leave and search elsewhere. I would prefer that perhaps we can come to some sort of agreement.
What is your name?
You may call me Rydian Domhnall.
I will float forward a bit. I'll see you. And I'll say, what is your name?
Well,
You may call me Violet Solis.
Then they'll look at Arya and...
while they're speaking, can I use Channel Divinity read thoughts?
Okay. How does this work? Let me see. To read creatures' thoughts, you can use them as an action. You choose one creature. Must make a wisdom saving throw. If the creature succeeds on the saving throw. If the creature fails its save, you can read its surface thoughts. So this is just detect thoughts, it looks like.
Yeah.
Again, to finish a long rest. During that time, you use your action to end this effect and cast the suggestion spell. Shit, okay. Yeah, go ahead and drag the Wiz DC 11. No, that's not correct. One moment, let's fix that. I believe that should be 7, that should be 15. That's weird that didn't immediately fix it. Did you get an item last session that upgraded your thing? I forget. Amulet of the Devout +1, yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that. So you have a +1. Wisdom +1. There you go. Now you can drag the Wiz DC 16 on him.
Would that be at the
It's the
little dice right next to it?
It's the magnifying glass. Just drag the thing that says Wiz DC 16. Click that, hold it, drag it onto the spirit.
Oops.
That's alright.
Hold on. It's not letting me grab the magnifying glass.
It's okay. You don't need to grab the magnifying glass. Just click the magnifying glass, and then it'll show you the Wiz DC. If you'd like, I can do it this time.
Oh, I found it. Okay.
All good, all good.
On.
That is a failure. So you will immediately begin to read its surface thoughts as it looks to you and asks, is asking all of your names. It's at Rydian right now, and it's moving over to Violet. And it's about to move over to you as you do this. And I believe the surface thoughts you get are, I will remember them, as well as... I think the only other surface thought you get is none shall know.
Would I be able to insight check that?
Yeah, go ahead and roll insight.
Insight is such a good skill. It's my favorite one.
The
25.
the none shall know seems like slightly somber, and a little like it just has like a weird touch to it. But the thing that you mainly focus on with the 25, I will remember them. Whoever this is, based off the way that they're speaking, that seems hell-bent on knowing things, which is why they appear to be asking your names while they still have the chance, and you kind of put the 2 and 2 together. They will remember you. Why would they need to remember you unless you're going somewhere? And your eyes dart over to the Guardian. You hear a ka-chunking noise. You could see its arms beginning to raise very slightly, and it looks as if it is about to slam the staircase and destroy it.
Okay. So I'm interpreting this as they want to remember because we're about to die.
Yes.
Okay, I'm immediately going to drop it, and I'm going to use that suggestion.
Okay. I believe that's another wisdom saving throw. Let me check just to make sure, because it might just happen.
Yeah, the target automatically fails its saving throw against the spell.
Oh my god. Okay. What's your suggestion?
Let me think.
Allow us to pass without harm.
Yeah, because it takes... The spell lasts 8 hours. I don't know. Hold on, I need to look up the spell because I don't know the limitations.
It is a 1 to 2 sentence suggestion that has to be in the form of a suggestion, such as, like, let's say there was a guy coming up and robbing you, and you're like, I think it'd be really good if you didn't do that. It would be really smart if you did not do that, kind of thing.
Yeah, I'll take Ridian's suggestion and be like, you will let us pass without harm.
And that spell connects. And you see it kind of like the form flickers for a moment, and the Shield Guardian freezes, and then you hear a light whirring noise start to ring out through the Shield Guardian. And I think since you've been sitting back here, Elowen, can you make an Arcana check for me?
Yep.
You don't necessarily know what this thing is. However, you do understand it's magical, and you can hear the kind of arcane whirring going on behind it, or I think within it, I mean. You see Arya's spell go off, and you see it almost like malfunctions for a moment, because it doesn't know what to do, but 2 things you recognize simultaneously right before something happens, giving you a moment to react. This thing can act independently of the spirit next to it. Although it is controlled by it, it isn't necessarily obligated to do everything that it's told. But more importantly, the thing that is magical about this is that it can store spells within it that can activate under specific parameters set by the caster. And you see the spell go off, you start to hear whirring, you don't know what spell it is, but the parameters for it to be cast have been met. and it is about to cast them.
In theory, would the sword be detecting something
I was
dangerous
going
and go off?
Yes, yes. The sword would absolutely, like, in like this 5-second period as the suggestion spell goes off, your sword starts to whir a bit, and the noise picks up, and Elwyn, you pick up that a spell is about to be cast.
Is Violet able to push Ridian?
I think, given that you have the Sword of Warning, you would be, you and Elwyn right now have the moment to do one thing before combat breaks out.
Violet will push Ridian away.
No,
Do-
jump! I have boots of levitation.
Can Haman also do that before the combat starts, or
I think, Haman, have you just been preparing to fight if something goes bad?
yeah?
Yeah, you have a held action. When combat starts, you'll be the one to start it.
I push it.
Don't
quick
don't
question.
worry about Ridian falling. He can
No,
levitate.
no. She's trying to protect him from damage.
Yeah. So, you will turn around in a very split second, and you will watch magic begin to shoot out from the shield guardian, and you will see it come in contact with you, Elwyn, and Arya, though the effects won't transpire yet. And Ridian will be shot backwards and land right here as that happens. Elwyn, did you have anything you wanted to do as this magic begins to connect with you?
Got counterspell.
I don't believe you have counterspell now.
I don't believe I do. No.
I do have a quick question for like flavoring.
Yeah.
So I have the feat interception.
Yeah.
It does says I have to be using a shield or a simple weapon or martial.
Yep.
But I know I have been preparing to attack this entire time.
Sure.
Is it possible I can try to intercept the golem right before it attacks?
I believe you have to be within 5 feet of it.
That's okay.
And also, I believe that is more primarily towards attacks, and this is a spell that requires a saving throw.
I see. Okay.
Let me very quickly. Music needs to change now.
Not too
because we're getting
worried
into
then.
combat.
I have advantage on magic saving throws.
You do?
I do, because I'm a satyr.
Oh.
I didn't know that then. That's
Mhm.
very
How
fun.
can I
Magic
can I-
resistance.
how can I check how far distance?
If you click on like a little red that.
Yeah, how do you make the arrow?
Left and right click at the same time, and then drag.
Okay.
And then when you want to get rid of it, just left and right click on it at the same time. It'll disappear.
The only thing I can think of, because the magic's coming from the big guy, right?
Yes.
The only thing I can think of is Pulse Wave, but because he's just at 30 feet to push him back or to bring everyone closer, but that's just Violet right now.
Gotcha.
That's the only thing I can think of at the moment.
I gotcha. If that's what you want to do, you can try and push it further away.
Initiate a 30-foot cone, an additional 15 feet. Okay. I think Pulse Wave to try and push it back is probably the best thing I got.
Alrighty. That will
Well, that-
hit. That will hit Violet.
Oh, it will? Dang it.
Yes. But it will
Yeah.
also hit the spirit.
I mean, at least she's getting pushed towards land,
Yeah.
and not a
I'm
bridge.
Yeah. Also, you might not get pushed because you have to fail the saving throw first. So let me go ahead. This can be super complicated, so I'm gonna. Okay, I've done that bit.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll the pulse wave saving throw in the side chat, not on the enemies.
On this. So it's the little black thing, right?
Sorry. The thing that says Con DC 15H.
Okay.
Do you see that? Yeah, just drag that over there
In this.
to the left. There you are. Those are... Oof! A success for the Pilgrim, a failure for the Spirit Guardian, which is what you wanted. Not the Spirit Guardian, the Shield Guardian. And Violet. So now drag the damage in the side chat as well.
Never mind.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what. Oh yeah, it won't. Never mind. The 3 won't even do anything. Never mind.
So you are going to take a little bit of damage, Violet, and I'm going to drag you right over there, and you right over there, as you get launched up there from this wave of magical energy being pushed outwards. I believe you are just barely within view of it still. And so the magic is going to unleash itself towards you 3 down here as you cast this spell. However, it is dangerously close to the edge now. Okay. I need each of you to make... I need Arya, Elowin, and Rydian to make wisdom saving throws. Rydian with advantage because this is magic.
Abilities.
Oh, 17.
Nope, that was
17
right.
plus 5, 22.
Anyway. Yeah,
Wow.
You win.
Okay.
Not a 33.
So, all of you got extremely lucky. Arya didn't. Arya is just cool like that. As 3 rays shoot outwards, purple and white crackling energy launching into all of you, you feel your bodies tense up for a moment, and you shake it off as all 3 of you, persist through a level 4 hold person spell.
Woohoo!
And then the official start of combat will be with you, Haman. You have an action prepared. You are in the shadows. You are invisible to these people. What would you like to do?
Could a longbow push someone back charged enough?
No, but if you wish to... If your goal is to try and push this thing off, you could set something up to do so. That just won't necessarily involve an attack.
Alright, let me see what I got on my little things.
Or, alternatively, you could use an action to help somebody else push them, if that is your goal.
Okay. That creature's floating in the sky, right? The robed one?
Yeah, this one seems to be floating.
I'm assuming if you're gonna try to push him, it's gonna float.
If you try and push him, you might literally go through him.
Yeah. Wait, through him?
Yes.
Does that mean physical attacks don't work on him?
No, it just means that they might not do as much damage, but, like, even if you do push him and he goes here, he's just gonna hang out here and then go back.
Alright.
Oh, did my suggestion spell end because he took damage?
Yeah. The, to kind of, lay it out for what happened, the spell connected and it worked, and it stopped the Shield Guardian from destroying the bridge with Rydian and Violet on it. But there must have been a contingency for that if anyone tried to get closer to the gate by forceful means, it would activate the spells of the Shield Guardian.
Okay.
So we're still using the other version of Gloomstalker, right?
The what?
Yeah, because
the
we're
2014. Yeah.
You're still using that one. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll make sure because I don't remember exactly what was the perk that one.
It's
Was that like first attack?
all in your abilities tab. It's all there.
Okay.
So actually right now you are at a very unique position, because you are the first one to go in combat, which means you get assassinate, which is you have advantage on attack rolls that haven't taken a turn yet, and any hit you make will be a critical hit.
Any hit I make is a critical hit.
For this right now, for this turn, you have 2 attacks. You have sneak attack on one of them, and you also have dread ambusher.
All right. So should I probably put sneak attack on myself right now?
You want make sure you hit first.
Make sure I hit first. Okay.
Yeah. So
I'm
go
gonna
ahead
try-
and give yourself advantage on your longbow, and drag that onto anyone you'd like to hit.
Advantage on the long. Where is it? There you are.
I really wish the map worked for me.
I'm so sorry. So
And that one in an 18, baby.
yeah, with an 18, did you want to use sneak attack here?
Yeah.
Awesome. Did you want to use Hunter's Mark as well as your bonus action?
No.
Okay. So now that you have that, go ahead and drag the damage from your longbow onto the pilgrim twice, because it won't automatically crit. You'll have to do it twice.
Do it. What would I do with it? Does roll advantage or is
Huh?
so? Okay, hold on. Never mind. Question again. Sorry.
Yeah, you're okay.
What was the Gloomstalker perk again? What does it do? Advantage on attack rolls, start of combat.
You have a couple things. That was so your advantage is assassinate because you're rogue.
Okay.
However, you also have dread ambusher, which is I lied earlier. You have 3 attacks in the first turn, and each of them will be a critical hit if they hit.
Okay.
And I believe you also have that thing that lets you just be invisible. That's what you get right now for
Oh.
your.
I want to attack this spirit 3 times then.
Okay. So do you want to make all 3 of your attacks now?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and do that then. Just make 2 more attacks at advantage.
Oh, 2 more attacks at advantage.
Yes. Oh, that's the damage.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shit. Okay. Want me to roll the hit twice?
Yeah.
Two more-
Yeah. Roll to hit 2 more times.
I'm sorry.
No, you're okay. That's another hit. Oh boy. You roll with advantage. It is you hit. It doesn't matter. Never mind. I'm going
So-
to reset his HP. You're going to do right now an absolutely batshit insane amount of damage.
Okay. So how are we gonna do this?
I'm going to drag the dice onto you and roll it for you because it's a lot.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right.
Oh, it's still going. Oh, it's still going.
And then this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
Ooh.
Bam!
Ooh.
57! You
just dead.
you watch as this vortex shoots outwards, launching Violet and the Shield Guardian backwards. The spirit seems still looking at this, and they raise a finger pointed at Violet, turned around. And then they hear a sound, they look to the left as 3 arrows shoot from the darkness from an invisible figure and stab into its shoulder, its chest, and then right through the center of its head.
How much of an overkill is this, Dust?
57, how much HP does this thing have?
It exceeded it by 18.
Yeah. And they will kind of shudder for a moment as the arrows hit them, and they will stop floating. They will fall to the ground on their knees, and they will look up at the darkness. They don't know where you are, but they'll look up, and you will hear them say, Amon, you cannot handle what lies beyond that gate. The truth will end you. And then they will disappear.
Oh, that's not ominous.
But
Do
the
I still have-
Guardian is still here.
Do I still have a bonus section?
You do.
Okay. Okay. What kind of fuckery can we do today?
I will say I can try to push the Guardian back on my turn.
I can make that more helpful, possibly.
I was doing ensnaring strike, but he's already dead, so I can't even do that anymore.
I mean, you could always Hunter's Mark the Guardian, and then
Yeah,
use more damage
yeah.
on your next turn.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna mark the Guardian.
Absolutely. Alrighty. And then who would you like to pass to? The dead cannot steal?
I'm gonna pass it over to Violet, who is probably most nature.
Alright, Violet, it's your go.
Violet will get in front of the Shield Guardian. And cast Thunderous Smite against it.
Oh, that's so good. Okay. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Oh yeah.
I believe you have 2 chances at this.
Yes, I do. Where is? Oh, yeah, just my weapon, right?
Yep, just do a normal weapon attack.
Okay, I was. Oh. No.
That's a miss on the first one. You have 2 attacks. That is a hit on the second one. You watch as they bring up their arms to try and block, increasing their AC by 2. It's still not enough. You push through it. So go ahead and I'm going to add this to you, and I'm going to go ahead and deal the damage to it really quick.
Okay. Oh,
Oh,
wrong thing.
that's all right.
Whoopsie daisy.
Oh, you
My
gave it
bad.
to him. I'll get rid of that.
Yeah,
Don't
you
worry.
were
Just
good.
drag the damage.
Okay.
It'll be fine.
My bad.
You're okay. You will slam into it, dragging your greatsword on the ground. It's scraping and sparking the metal against stone, hoisting it upwards, slashing across from bottom to top.
One fail.
That is a success, unfortunately. And you will watch as your magic pushes against it, and it skids backwards, just barely. And then there is a hissing noise. It is going to steal at the end of your turn.
That's fine. That's all I can do anyway.
Why don't we steal some bitches instead? Okay.
Hold on 1 second.
Also, would someone mind measuring how far away I am from the thing?
40
I can't...
Sorry.
45 feet.
Okay, perfect.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that's all I can do. That's all I can do.
Alrighty.
So, it steals.
I want you to make an athletics check.
Oh no. Oh, I'm okay at these.
A 13. They need a 10 or higher. A 3.
Ooh.
They reach down, they get ready to go and punch you, but instead they wrap their arms around you and are ready to pick you up, and you shunt its arms apart. And so, I believe that's actually its entire turn, as it tries to pick you up and throw you into the void.
Oh,
Oh.
And it does not succeed. However, it does. Let me make sure. Yes, it is going to heal a little bit.
It heals?
It does heal.
Oh, God.
And then it's going to pass randomly to one of you three down here, left to right. That would be Arya.
Cool. I'm going to just walk across the bridge or run.
Yeah.
And would I know if this creature could be classified as humanoid?
This is a construct. It is not humanoid.
There goes that plan. So I know a hold person wouldn't work on it.
A whole person would not work on it, no.
Okay. That was my whole plan. Let's see if I can do something else. Do. Well, I am going to use my 1/4 level spell slot
Okay.
and cast
You cast-
Banishment.
Okay. Go ahead and drag the saving throw on it. Tell you this, it's not that great at charisma.
Let me grab it.
I ain't got no riz.
That is a 6. It has a -4.
So, my goodness.
So, Arya, Christ. What does it look like as you banish the Shield Guardian?
I think a wind will start to swirl around her body and her hair will float up a little bit as she draws her arms back and then shoves it forward. And it's just like a wind tunnel that goes directly towards the Guardian, and almost like it disappears in a spiral.
Okay. You will do that. You will raise upwards slightly, the wind flowing throughout your body, your entire being. You will shoot your hands forward, and a wind tunnel will appear. Shooting forward, Violet, you will move slightly out of the way as you feel this incredible burst of wind, and you will watch it begin to push forward and try and persist through this banishment. And then the wind will begin to tear bits and pieces off of it, peeling armor and metal off over and over again, revealing this etherealness beneath until it completely disappears. And so, you have 1 minute before that thing comes back. Potentially, you don't know, but a combat is effectively done.
I have 1 minute.
All right, we got a minute to book it.
Yep.
Being, real quick, Violet being a paladin will stay right here, where it was, until everyone goes into the gate.
Got you.
She will be the last one through.
Hamon, by the way, nowhere to be seen. There's Hamon.
There you are.
And all of you will begin to push and make your way through and past.
As Violet leaves, there was the spirit didn't drop anything, right?
There doesn't seem to be anything of substance, maybe a few shredded pieces of clothing, but nothing of grave interest.
Is there
Take
just a
arrows back.
backpack sitting here next to the gate?
Yeah, seems abandoned.
Okay, get
I
my
just grab it.
Okay. What's Amon doing?
We don't.
Can I get my arrows back?
Yeah, you grab your arrows.
Huge.
No,
By
it's
this,
on the other side of this, so we should definitely be careful as we go through.
by this tent, I want to do elementalism and create crude shapes.
Okay. What? Might I ask why?
If they come back, they're gonna get bamboozled.
Oh, or are you literally making, like, figures of the party?
Yeah,
Okay, I think that's silly. That's funny. You can do that.
and it's a cantrip, so I don't use anything.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, what was that? You're looking at the thing?
Oh, Scarlet, or fuck, Violet is just watching.
Yeah.
She's being the watcher paladin she is.
And Ridian, you are correct. You look up, you see some dim light. You smell. Ibris is interesting. It doesn't smell like much, but there's like a very vague hint of necromancy in the air that is very pungent. You smell a cave and mushrooms up ahead. And Mhm.
I think Ridian, as he said, like, we don't know what's going to be on the other side, only that this is out. So he, in kind of preparation, I have the Primal Savagery cantrip, and the way that I kind of flavor that is that Ridian has this sort of beast-like curse on him. And sort of in preparation before he goes through, he's readying that cantrip, but it takes the form of his teeth and nails sharpening.
Alright, I like that. Do all of you push through up the staircase?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Violet does it.
And this would be my certain doom,
Gotcha.
as fulfilled by the spirit.
It's true. Join me in the Underdark Temple. I need to make sure I can see what you guys see, so I'm not like, why can't you guys see that? And it's like pitch black. I need to delete these guys off the combat tracker because they are gone. One moment. Violet. Arya. Come on. Oh, yep, and then Iridian. There you guys are. You push up and out. You see mushrooms glowing slightly. You see a large, for those that have dark vision, so everyone except for Iridian, so sorry, Iridian. A large open temple with destroyed bits and pieces of it, some chandeliers fallen from the ceiling, mushrooms peeking through the cracks in the floor, disheveled carpet up ahead. You even see some holes in the wall if you look out this way from debris long since destroyed. You find yourselves in a temple.
I think immediately Arya's gonna do a detect magic.
Okay. You immediately sense a lot of, like, divine magic here. Just ambiently floating throughout. You see that wind that you've been following? It seems to path outside. You can't quite see it from where you are, but there is an exit to this temple, most likely. You actually can. Very much, like right over here. And it appears to be leading out there, but while you're here, you look up and see it spiraling about the room in various circles.
The wind spiraling around the room?
Yeah. It seems to be resting here.
I think Arya can make the pretty easy assumption that this is probably a temple to Aloris.
Yes. That is a very easy assumption to make.
Ridian finds a book.
You do find a book. You and Elwyn alike, you come up to this table. you see a book sitting upon it, leather bound, though not locked shut. What do you do with it?
Eat
He
it.
will kind of put one hand in there to mark the page that it's open to, and then kind of like sort of close it to see what it's called without losing the page.
You go to close it, or you go to close the book. You're immediately taken a bit aback. Whatever language this is written in, you have no idea. And when you flip back to the page, you see one giant symbol on the front, but no title.
Man, it's not one of the 7 languages I know.
It is not. Which I think, Rydian, you do genuinely find bizarre.
I'm gonna walk over and I'm going to cast Comprehend Languages.
Let me make sure I understand how that spell works. Do I understand the literal meaning of any spoken language you hear? You also understand any written language that you can see, but you must be touching the surface. You put your hand on the front of the book with the symbol. You cast Comprehend Languages. You don't get anything back. Which means to Arya, I think, in this moment, you clock something because of the spell that nobody else does. Whatever these symbols are, it is in a language. Otherwise, the spell would have worked.
Is the inside of the book also these symbols?
Yes, but they all look different. Let me actually, I have a thing. Ba-da-da-da-da. They, roll an investigation check, Rydian.
Can I assist?
Absolutely, roll with advantage.
Please. +1. Hey.
25.
Nope. I still didn't do advantage right. Whatever.
18. That's okay.
18.
18. With an 18, you can find that the contents of the book are not a language. You see, Arya will look to you and point out what she has just learned. These appear to be runes, arcane runes. And when you look at the one on the cover, and also the ones throughout the book, they seem to be almost identical with very minor differences to every single one of them.
Okay. If I looked around the room, do I see the runes repeated anywhere, on any surface?
You do not.
Okay. So maybe this book isn't necessarily from here?
Hey, what is this?
Oh, you know what? You have Detect Magic active, don't you, Arya?
Yeah.
I need to look up what class of magic that spell would be. One moment. It is a evocation. Okay. You detect each and every one of these runes is a very weak evocation spell.
I'll
Runes?
relay that to the others.
Yeah. Runes in the book.
Rydian is gonna look around to the others and be like, is it heretical to whatever temple religion this is if I took that book?
Well,
It seems
This
a little
is-
bit abandoned in here.
this is a temple dedicated to Aloris.
It is?
Huh? Oh,
That
I guess.
that wind that we've been following, its presence is just here, swirling, as well as still guiding our path that way. And then Arya will point to the other direction.
Why
in
is it
the temple?
why is that Loris temple so deep under?
While you guys are having that conversation over there, Violet, what are you doing over here?
I have multiple things actually, real quick.
course.
One, does Violet feel, I guess, connected?
Yes.
I'm assuming strongly connected to this place.
Yes.
Okay. And then she'd like to figure out what the statue is.
Okay, make a religion check.
With. Never mind.
Natural. Do you want to use your inspiration?
Sure, I will.
Go for it.
Because I want to know.
Party rolls are good today, man.
18.
So,
With an 18, this doesn't appear to be anyone in specific, but more of a concept, but you're able to pin the concept down very quickly. You could tell by their attire, this is somebody who travels quite often. You feel like the wings on its back are far more metaphorical than they are literal. This appears to be a depiction of an Aloran pilgrim.
so like the ones Violet traveled with.
Yes, but there appear to be some notable differences. You've rarely seen anything with wings before.
Yeah. Can I tell what they're holding?
They do appear to be holding a mace of some kind, which is just a common weapon that many clerics will take with them into battle whenever they see fit. But you can also see that they are clutching a tome very close to their chest. And make a perception check. 10. Natural 20.
Hey.
You look at the book and you squint your eyes, the one that's in this thing's hands, and then you turn around to look at them. You see Rydian hold up the book for a moment, and you see the cover. They're exactly the same.
Rydian goes, "Yup, I'm taking the book."
Violet will announce that.
Rydian was gonna take it whether or not it was important.
Well, yeah.
He just wants it. He has been strongly influenced by his husband Mork to just do what he wants to do.
I love that.
Well, since the mentioning of runes and arcane, can I do an arcana check, like on the book? Or
Absolutely.
Try to figure it out?
Give me an arcana check with advantage, Elowen.
How would I do
Also,
advantage?
Wait, your arcana's wisdom. Let's fix that. There you go. In the bottom left of your screen, you should see a bunch of, next to the dice, there's something that says ADV. Click that so it's grayed in, and then roll arcana on the side chat.
Okay.
I'll also cast guidance, so you can add D4.
Oh, lovely. Add a 3 to this. That is a 26.
Yeah, if Rydian's ever like next to someone doing an ability check, like not in the heat of battle, assume he's probably casting guidance.
Yeah. You begin to study the runes a little bit while Rydian holds it. You mainly focus on the one on the front of the book. You kind of poke and prod at it a little bit. Studying it, you recognize the spell. This is a very, very weak version of the Gust spell. A gust of wind, that is. And you're especially curious with the 26. They appear to have either made it wrong or modified it slightly. It seems to be weaker than normal in exchange for something else, and you begin to sort of absent-mindedly run your finger against the shape that the rune makes on the front of the book, and the rune will glow very, very, very dimly with this sort of white light, and there will be a puff of wind that will shoot out from it. It's not incredibly strong at all, it barely grazes past, and to everyone it just sounds like wind, but to Rydian and Elowen, you specifically hear in the words, in the wind, words in primordial.
Oh.
and it is the
Would
title.
I hear that too, since I have comprehend languages up?
That is so true. You do. Thank you. You hear it's the title of the book, The Aloran Pilgrimage.
Okay, it's a talking book.
Interesting.
Well, I was just gonna take it because I wanted it, but now I'm gonna take it because it's gonna tell us stuff.
May I make a history check to see if I've seen a book like this?
Absolutely.
It's a minus
Could I
one.
as well?
Absolutely.
No,
She
you know what?
literally works in a library.
I'm so sorry, Violet. Oh my god.
Natural 20.
Arya, this is genuinely astonishing to you, I believe. Primordial is a language that is quite literally impossible to write in because of the fact of how the language is spoken. Primordial is the language of the elements. It is the crackling of fire, the moving of stone, the bubbling of water, and the noise that wind makes when it brushes past you. You think about how impossible this is and realize that it can only actually be done with the wind dialect of Primordial because, you know, Aquin would drench the pages and make the runes unreadable. The Earth dialect would absolutely demolish the book with dirt and stone. The Fire one would burn it. This is the only one that's compatible. You have personally never heard of anything like this before. And this is the first time you are ever seeing a book that has managed to... Someone has managed to find a way to write in Primordial, which is, over the course of various gust spells, modified to say specific things in that language.
This is extraordinary. This book is written Primordial, which is impossible. I've seen so many books over my time, but nothing like this.
Viridian will kind of close the book, and then sort of take this, like the table runner that's underneath it, and sort of wrap it up very delicately, and then store it in his bag of holding. And just say,
you begin to do that. You reach to begin to wrap it up. All of you feel wind begin to bellow around the room, and the book will fly open. It's rather sudden, but it's not aggressive. And you'll see the pages begin to turn and flap in the wind over and over again. It goes all the way, maybe pages in the hundreds. Then it goes backwards a little bit. And the wind dies down on an open page.
Viridian will start tracing the runes on the page.
And you will once again feel a gust of wind shoot outwards. And as there are several runes on this page spelling out sentences and words, and as you begin to trace over them and you feel the wind leaving the book, I'm going to read it aloud, but I'm also going to put it right here for you to look at. You hear these words. That which has gone unheard of for centuries must be learned again. Mistakes of a foolish man undone for the sake of truth, wisdom, and knowledge. You must rise. You must ascend. Make your way from the Underdark to find a break in space, one where you may ride the wind all the way to the celestial plane. One path is covered in mushroom and flower tricksters aplenty, while another remains physical and shall lead you to the mountain of wishes. Now choose, travel, and rise. And then the wind will pick up again shortly, flapping the pages of the book until it slams shut.
only Ridian hears that. Well, Ridian and the three people there.
Yeah, these 3 people hear it.
Yeah.
You guys hear the wind, but you don't speak Primordial.
I think the wind that has been guiding us, as well as the book, want us to go to the celestial plane. And it's saying that we have 2 choices in terms of path. One that goes through the Underdark, apparently, with mushrooms and flowers, and then one that takes us to the Mountain of Wishes, which is a physical path. So,
Good idea.
Ridian goes and tries to see if he can take the book again, or if it really wants to like stay here.
No, doesn't seem to.
Okay, so I think, would I have to do an insight check to kind of feel like maybe that was kind of like a hey wait don't put it away before you read it kind of thing?
I think since you have, like, the real-life acknowledgement of that, no. I think Ridian, can understand what that was. A thing of, like, you are going to be directionless, let me give you direction.
Okay. Yeah, Ridian will, very carefully kind of wrap it up and store it in his bag of holding. Say, I suppose we should start looking for either of these paths then, and we can continue to explore the book as we go, I suppose. Unless we wanted to spend the night here and look around at it and get some rest.
Are we sure it's smart to continue forward?
I mean, we're in the Underdark. There's not many places else we can go. We could go back through the gate into Ibris, or we can...
I mean, going to the Celestial Plane, wherever that is.
So I think the wind, and by the wind I mean probably some form of will of Aloris. It specifically showed us that page. It specifically gave us that instruction. I think if our goal is to figure out what happened to Aloris and why prayers are going unanswered, that's probably our best hint.
What's the reason for your hesitation?
I was told I was going to die if I find out the truth.
Perhaps what they meant by that was that we would die along the way. I don't know if it's necessarily that the truth itself would kill us.
Told me that I didn't want to know the secrets or whatnot.
Did it specifically say it would kill you?
I will find my demise there, yeah. I think that's what it said.
The first line that this book read out to us was, "That which has gone unheard of for centuries must be learned again." I don't think we have a choice in turning this down.
It did say you must twice.
Does that that spirit earlier was wearing robes and such?
Yeah, he was wearing robes. I'm so sorry that Ella would kill me right now. It did say must.
Twice. That spirit was probably guarding this temple from anyone who would try to forcefully enter it. I think, quite frankly, if we had just told them exactly what we were going to do, they might have let us in or given us some helpful information, but then again, we also didn't know what they would do with that information if we did. We weren't sure if they were friend or foe.
Is this statue wearing robes? Do we know?
Is the statue wearing robes?
Yeah. The image robe?
I think it is. I feel like
is it the same? Is this similar or same robe as the spirit we fought earlier?
It's hard to say. The things that the spirit was wearing were incredibly... what's the word? Incredibly tattered. Very old, unrecognizable. But I think, looking at them, sort of comparing them here, whatever the spirit was wearing, they were definitely priestly. While you guys are... Is Violet doing anything, exploring the temple?
Violet was, but then she heard the thing about the spirit and stops right here, and he was, and like kind of tells them the information about he was a pilgrim himself, right? That's what I got from his robes, right?
I think I think Violet did pick up that there was some Aloran connection to the way that he was.
He was something part of Aloris, not part of Aloris, but devoted to Aloris.
If a devout follower of Aloris was defending this gate, even beyond death, should we take that as a warning?
But this
think we did.
possible will of Aloris itself is telling us to go down this path.
And like we said before, it's possible that if we had come clean with the spirit and told it our intention, that it likely would have allowed us through. It didn't know what we wanted. We had to lie to it in a way. Or not lie, but at least omit our true purpose.
Elwyn and Arya, can you both make perception checks for me?
Yeah.
That's certainly high enough. Oh, I really hated that. How it went on the 15 and then casually slid over to the 5. The dice hate you today.
I'm not meant to be perceptive today. I apparently, did not get a good night's sleep.
Apparently. With a
To
16.
be fair, you were heavily injured in the last fight.
That's true. With a 16, though, you notice Rydian's bag of holding shuddering a little bit.
She'll tug on Rydian's arm, like a sleeve. Rydian, your bag.
Okay, Rydian's gonna pull the book out and go, man, this book really does not want to be in the bag. So we'll just have to carry it. And then kind of like holds it by the spine, kind of, to see if it'll open to any particular page.
And it will open up to the same page as before. You will recognize
It really
the
wants
runes. And as you kind of begin to look over the words, it's kind of like flipping the page. You begin to move your finger over the words again. And when you get to the words, mistakes of a foolish man, the book shuts.
Maybe someone did something to this temple and that's why they had to guard it. Maybe someone did something to be the reason that we were warned to stay away.
Which
Also,
path
man
are we?
moment.
The treacherous mountainous one with fungus and flowers.
I kind of think the Mountain of Wishes sounds nice.
I feel like we're in the first one at the moment, just looking around at all the mushrooms. Maybe we do try to find a way to illy see where the other path leads.
Well, it looks like there's an exit out back. We can head out that way.
Can I also really quick check that bag that I pulled before we left Iberus?
Absolutely. Yeah, there doesn't... So, this bag was abandoned. You don't know for how long, but certainly long enough that when you open it up, there is a pungent smell that hits your nose. There was probably food near.
Bees?
No bees.
Is it cheese?
Oh, no cheese. I thought you said bees.
No, cheese.
No bees?
No
Not
bees.
the bees.
You kind of rifle around. This is just kind of a basic adventurer's pack. There wasn't anything in particular here, though on the back of it you do find a staff. It appears to be just like a crude walking stick. And that's pretty much all you find in there. Are you trying to find anything in specific?
No. It was right there with the construct and the spirit, so I figured there's a possibility there could be something of importance inside.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be.
Arya will grab anything useful, if there even is anything, and she'll take the walking stick.
Gotcha.
Meanwhile, Rydian is like taking just like stuff out of the bag of holding to try to create like a little like book holster, I guess, on his belt, just to keep the book by his side, since it really apparently did not want to be in the bag of holding because it was trying to open. So I was just like, he's just like muttering. He's like, "Okay, book, whatever you want, I guess."
Yeah.
Get
We
this
have our-
book. We gotta listen to it.
We have our mascot.
You reach into your bag of holding and kind of just like rip off a few various pieces of clothing. You find a chunk of leather that you just kind of like bite and rip off. Probably slurp it up like spaghetti a little bit. You're Rydian.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you will sort of wrap it around the bottom of the book and attach it to your belt, so that you can very easily just slide it in and out. Very similar to something that most likely Elowyn has for her
My
book.
sensor
Yeah.
over my book. Okay.
Oh, the sensor. That's actually, yeah, that's a good point. The sensor and the book. But yeah.
Rydian's is much uglier. He's like, yeah, I'll get a nice one next time we go into a town, I guess. And armor. I'm really squishy.
I love that.
All right, I guess we should head out of this temple then, unless we need to keep looking around for anything. I guess, yeah, he just does like a little cursory glance around the temple.
What's in the middle right here? Is it just a chandelier, a giant chandelier?
I need to find you. Man, it's... Oh boy, it's lagging for me all of a sudden. We're good, there we are. That's a bell.
Is there anything on the bell, or is it just a bell?
It just appears to be a bell. You can ring it.
Rydian
It'd
just
be
knocks
really
his
loud.
horns into the bell.
It's really loud.
Rydian holds his head in pain, going, "Oh, bad idea."
What's in this room?
A few chests. Or no, one chest for this one. My bad.
I want to open it.
Okay. You open it. I'm gonna roll a straight luck check with this D100.
Nope.
That's a 12.
Ooh.
You open it up, and you see a few stray gold pieces inside. You think that this was most likely an offering chest.
Morally, how wrong is it to take? No, I'm kidding.
And the two chests on the other side that Arya and I am at.
Yeah. You quickly open them up. One of them appears to be filled with cloth and garb, most likely clothes for people that needed it or priests that may have come here. The other one has some holy implements, such as holy water or stakes, or a few non-magical sensors as well.
Arya will take some of the holy water.
Yeah.
She'll take a few of everything that's in there.
Go for it. You could add that to your inventory. It's like a little plus sign. You can just type in holy water.
Okay.
Violet seeing the campsite that's been here before.
Yeah, there is a campsite on the ground. People must have stayed here at one point or another. The Underdark is not necessarily the safest of places, so this would have been a brief refuge.
So, judging by the coals, that it's been a while.
It's been a long while, yeah.
Okay. Do we rest here, or do we head on?
You were here last time, weren't you? Do you want to rest?
I mean, I'm not. Oh,
How long has it been since we rested the last time?
Probably about 4 or 5 hours.
Why don't we get moving, and Rydian will walk over and cast Cure Wounds on
whatever
on Violet.
Whatever doesn't
Oof.
hear me. Whatever, I'll just use 3 points of lay on. I can use lay on hands on myself, right?
I actually don't think you can.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, you're about as good as you'll get without using another spell
Yeah.
slot. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up just to make sure. But...
It doesn't actually say I can't or can.
Has the ability on either. No, yeah, you could do it.
Do any of the mages here want to take a little bit of a rest?
Oh yeah.
You guys can
We
also
didn't
take a
use that
short
many
rest if you
spells.
need it, but you guys are pretty.
Hmm.
You guys are pretty okay right now.
yeah, we were pretty budget friendly spell wise. We just kind of.
Yeah, I kind of deleted
So-
it one, and the other guy was disbanded.
I think we should probably just at least do a little bit of walking, try to find, either of these paths to place that that space breaks or something. What did it say?
Celestial plane.
To find a break in space where we can ride the wind to the celestial plane. I suppose we should look for one of those paths.
Mm-hmm.
Forward we go.
Violet's gonna ask for 10 minutes before we head out.
Sure.
Okay.
Or Violet. I said Violet. Okay, cool.
You said Violet.
Why
Violet
did-
will then cast Find Steed.
Oh, okay. What would you like your steed to be?
And it's going to be a horse, but I'd like to describe how it looks and manifests.
Sure. What kind of horse? There are unfortunately a couple.
I don't know what but what do you mean?
So the Find Steed spell's very fun. I'm gonna read to you exactly what it says because it's a little buck wild, and it essentially just gives you an animal companion. So let's see. Spirit that assumes the form of an unusually intelligent, strong and loyal steed, creating a long-lasting bond with it, appearing in an unoccupied space within range, takes a form that you choose, such as a war horse, a pony, a camel, an elk, or a mastiff.
Ooh, an elk. That's so cool.
I might allow other things as well. So if you do find something specific you're looking for, and
No.
it's not like a challenge rating 20 god, I can...
How many
No.
can you summon?
One.
So Violet does this in the temple. Duh.
Mhm.
And I think
Camel cult 2 people, I think. Because
Yeah.
Minecraft.
that's me. No, I was gonna just do a mastiff. Just gonna do a dog.
Let's do a mastiff.
Big ass
Yeah.
dog.
So, as she sits there, and does this, it looks like she is pushing wind together. And a mastiff made completely of wind appears. If that is okay.
No, I think that's lovely.
Just for a little bit of flavor.
Big fucking dog.
Big ass dog. Whose
There
dog
they
is
are.
this?
And he has a little collar, and his name is Bruce.
Bruce. Let me make it really quick. One moment.
I killed a dog.
That's absolutely
kill-
evil.
I killed the ham man.
Right now,
You can't see me. I can see you.
Okay.
I
You
can see
all-
you because I'm holding a torch. You're in light.
Do
I can
all,
walk out.
Do all head down the path to try and find where to go then?
Yeah.
So, in that case, After roughly an hour of traveling, following the wind with your detect magic and also just feeling it, it's a little bit easier to feel it here now. You do come across a divergence. You see one path leading to the right. The mushroom seems to grow larger and the crystals bloom out of the walls. Another to the right seems to travel upwards. It seems to... You could see in the far distance a light shooting out from somewhere. So, do you choose to go follow the mushrooms, or do you choose to take the more physical path?
All right, Bookman, you're the one who knows the directions.
I am more adept with not the Underdark, so I would recommend the more physical path to a mountain.
Yeah, you have torches, don't you? You can...
It would be really inconvenient for me to just have to carry a torch all the time.
Yeah.
So, Rydian will kind of raise a hand and shuffle towards the physical path side. Go, I vote this one.
Arya will.
Also, it's
join
called a
in.
Mountain of Wishes. I want to make a wish on a mountain.
How about going to shrug and just walk up the mountain? The mountain path, I should say.
Alright.
Violet. Follow.
Eye invisibility.
Alright.
What you have.
You all will begin to walk upwards towards that path, taking the physical way out of the Underdark, or beginning that process, I should say. And that is where we will end our session for today.
No, give me more. More. 3 more
We're like-
hours.
We're only like 3 sessions in. I already got death. That's crazy.
2.
We're only
Is
2
it-
sessions in, bro.
Is it 2 sessions?
Yeah, too.
Mm-hmm.
We missed last
Oh.
week.
That's right.
It was Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks. Yeah, that was very poor of me to start the week before Thanksgiving.
Well, you know.
On a
stuff
Thursday.
happens.
How dare you?
Oh, goodness. Well, thank you guys for playing. I think everybody came by to watch. I really like this campaign, and that was like an actual diverging point. And I'll tell you now that the route that you guys took is the physical one. The other one would have taken you to the Feywild.
Ugh. No, Rydian would have had such bad PTSD.
Oh,
He
man.
literally chose to get cursed rather than to continue to be in the Feywilds.
No, we go to the Feywells. Mr. Thistledown's there.
I swear if we would have went there and I see the Lord of Flickering Lights, I was going to scream.
Phoenix will be there. The Phoenix Crow's like, eh.
No! Don't use me! He's just chilling with Lord Flick. I'm like, okay, so you want me to play 2 people at the same time? Got it.
But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and have that be the end of the stream for now.
Sad.